How are we going? Is the internet going to play up again today? Probably. Well, it hasn't frozen. Don't jinx it, Sam. Cool. Making handles. Remove the price tag. How are we going? So today we're learning quarterstaff fighting. No, not really. Be connected. Oh, damn it. Right. It's been a bit of a live stream palooza this today, so wouldn't be surprised if this is a relatively quiet stream. That's okay. Quiet is quite a lot. Internet's being screwy today, guys, so you'll have to forgive if the stream keeps freezing. Hey, Ben! I'm alive, buddy. That's about as much as I can say. I am feeling upright, alive, somewhat breathing. So difficult. Hey, Bryden. It certainly could, Ben. It could be the other, which would be very a negative thing. Love that. Love the fact that these handles are exactly long enough for 450 long handle blanks. Hammer handles. Yay! The stream was about me making hammer handles, but that's kind of what I got to do right now. I know they do. I actually have two motorized saws. One of them doesn't have a band in it because it's a bandsaw. And the other one's a circular saw, and cutting round material with a circular saw is just painful. So, the main thing I lament is that I can't twist to get that extra, kind of force and accuracy with the saw. But you make do, you live and learn. Okay, so I need a hammerhead to go on this handle. Sitting out rusting all day. Yeah, I don't have a portable bandsaw. I have a bench-mounted bandsaw, but if it had a band in it, I would definitely be using that. Although it's a metal cutting bandsaw, you can still cut wood with a metal cutting bandsaw. But it has a really good band that are uncommon in Australia, so I have to kind of get them custom made, and I haven't had the money of late. Oh, God. Old man noises. I haven't had the money of late to purchase a new band because I got to get them custom fit, and there's been other things that I need to put my money towards. All right, crossbeam, yay! Which way's up? like. Is it? I can't fucking tell. Yeah, that way's up. Cool. It's almost like a French pattern. Want to be roughly central. How have you been, Ben? Staying relatively upright? There we go. Loony. Now I need a draw knife. Hey, Paul. How you doing, bud? Wow, this is really chippy today. That's all right. We make do. Hey, Rich. Oh, you're up in the big smoke. What are you doing up here, Paul? And you didn't visit me. I'm disappointed. Right. Ah, flying trip. Yeah, fair enough. What are you going to be making in the forge this weekend, Rich? This isn't this chippy. I know it's why it's so chippy. It's because it's heartwood rather than sapwood. It's actually a mix of both. And that's not the best kind of wood to use. Sapwood is much better for hammer handles than the heartwood is. The heartwood is harder, but sapwood is springier, which means that you're more likely to get a long-lasting handle. quite a one step fit. Disappointed in myself. I'm such a roll with the other ones. Notice how I didn't have like any shipping with that one? It's just that that heartwood, super chippy. If the billet was all heartwood, I would be a little bit worried about making a hammer handle out of this in general, but because it's half sapwood, I'm going to hope that the sapwood can support the heartwood. And if the customer finds that there is a problem, I will fix it by making a new handle. But realistically, this being spotted gum, the ooh, Sam Hain, cool. That's cool, Rich. How you doing, Yamas? I don't think I could carry you, Yamas, honestly. That's not a throw at your weight, mate. That's just purely my back is far out. Gone. It's almost the correct depth. Straight off the top. Which is always my favorite way to have hammers turn out. Considering the number of hammers I've made, it should be that way. If you haven't learned from the experience of the past, have you really conceived of anything? Love this drawn out. This thing's so smooth. A live stream, Yamas. Hey, Black Collar. Welcome to the stream, buddy. I don't think I've seen you on the stream before, so welcome. One set of footprints. That's it. All right, Yamas. Thanks for dropping in, mate. Sorry I missed your live stream. It was a bit early for me. That's going to get trimmed down in width anyway. Just go round and round the rosary bush. And pop goes the weasel. Yeah. Yeah. Fix problems before they start. Go. Shut up, Ben. Hey, Jared. How you doing, buddy? Pretty. Yep, it's good. Scooched it up. Nice solid fit. Hammer's ready to go. Not quite. Not quite. But we are certainly getting there. Make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Marking my orientation lines so that I can plane this correctly. Go. So that one goes to that one. Get those two together. Hey, Mike. How you going, buddy? Where is your note? It's all right. Jared's allowed to be late occasionally. Should have coated these in a coat of RP7 when I polished them last time. Bad Sam. Letting your stuff go to rust. Okay, next hammer handle. These two, the ones that I just made, will be going to Stefan Mielke in Germany. One of my customers. One of my best customers. My biggest customers, I should say. You're one of my best customers too, Jared. Just in case you were wondering. Stefan doesn't quite have you beat on sheer volume, I don't think. Although he's bloody close. Actually, no, he would have you beat on that. He has bought a significant amount of stuff from me recently. Hey, Curtis, you're not that late. Well, Jared, if you want some wrought iron, The next package I send you, I can send you some. I've got tons. We are handling hammers, Curtis. Pretty much the same as we were doing last week, unfortunately. I'm boring like that. Go. Well, that's kind of the idea. Wow. I mean, yeah. Well, Curtis, despite the fact that it's slightly more work to use them, I am a very big proponent of using traditional hand tools to haft axes and stuff like that, mainly because it's such a pleasant thing to do. 40 pounds. This one is not. This one is actually a French pattern draw knife from the 1920s or thereabouts. It's very old. The original beach has got like wormholes in it and splits that I had to fill with epoxy. Yeah, that looks like it's got hit by a shotgun, but yeah, very old, but very functional. This one. I did make a draw knife on a live stream, and that was actually sent to a good friend of mine, Alex at Valhalla Ironworks, as part of a housewarming gift. I sent him that draw knife because he didn't have one. Because if you listen to the Forgecast, you would know Alex committed the heinous act of bending his draw knife arms on his old draw knife that he made for himself backwards so that he could use the draw knife as a pizza cutter, an act for which I will never forgive him. But after hearing that, I knew he needed a morning, Bob. That's all right, Curtis. Plenty of time to catch up. Oh, good, mate. Thanks for coming along, Black Collar. Hope your mum's feeling well and heals. Hey, Len. Very dry solid gum. Not necessarily a bad thing, but means it's a little chippier than usual. But that's okay. We will make do, we shall. That's cruising for a beer. That's cruising for a bruising, Jared. Never get between a woman and her cookware. Nobody does that. Well, I have a rule. I only joke when it's serious, and I'm only serious when it's a joke. Confuses the hell out of my friends. That's pretty much mounted to perfection. I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my center line and call it good. Go. It's 2 hammer handles. Not quite, but that's 2 hammers hafted to the material. We've only got one left. It's the last hammer that I shall have coming out of my shop for the next God knows how long. Actually, this one's very rusty. What have I got on the grinder? I've got the cover on the grinder. That's good. Backwards. I need eyes. And ears. Need to repair my apron. It finally busted completely. There we go. Quick and easy. That's the way I like it. Sorry about that. Hey, Nidvalia, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the stuff you sent me, Jared, but unfortunately it barely hardened in water for me, so not sure what's going on there. I want to mute your speakers again. My super expensive pencil sharpener. Cat, going? Yeah, I'm not sure if you just got it too hot when you were forging it originally, Jared, or whether you did a couple of forge welding cycles on it instead of just one or two. Not sure, but it's definitely decarburized to the point that it will not harden properly even in water. So don't know what to tell you, buddy. Of course, it could be that the cable's alloy was sitting in an austenitizing temp that was a little bit higher than I go to as standard for my unknown steels. That is entirely possible, but given that I didn't have a test piece to just break, test the heat treating, which I normally would, I had to kind of go play it by ear, and when it didn't harden oil, all I did was use the same heats to go to water. So that did provide some hardness. It's not completely unhardened. Otherwise I would have just thrown it in the bin. But yeah. Sometimes unknown steels can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, so hey Randy, how you going, buddy? Yeah, doing too many forge welding cycles is actually just as bad as not doing enough, because in some cases you can end up decarbing your work to unusability, especially with stuff like cable, where you've got lots of individual strands with large surface area. They tend to lose carbon a lot faster than, say, kind of plates of steel that you would use in standard Damascus. And also cable, from what I'm aware of, doesn't tend to be much more than 0.6% carbon. So if you've lost carbon at the surface and get a bit of carbon diffusion between the two, between the center and the edge, you're going to lose even more hardenability. But again, I wouldn't be able to tell unless I had more of it to test, and I just don't have more of it to test. But being that they're small daggers, I'm not sure that it necessarily needs to be stupid hard. They're going to be more display items than anything. I've actually been working on them, so yeah, yeah, that's. I've seen people use cable to make hammers. The big thing is that most people who cable Damascus hammers tend to forge weld faces onto it. So, like 1045 onto the face and the peen. Oh, well, Randy, better late than never, buddy. And we've only really just begun, so you haven't missed anything important. Not that there's anything much important on my live streams anyway. Row your boat. I'm trying for a single, what I call a single draw fit. I don't think I'm going to get it because I'm in. Yeah, like I said, most cable hammers tend to have welded faces on them. And of course I get it in the wrong orientation. Gosh darn it. Trying to be PG-13. Nice marks to get rid of. Numbers. The dropping. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it wasn't too bad a fit, Curtis. It's just a little bit off. And I also put the hammer on upside down. Put the hammer head on upside down. It doesn't help me. Figure out your orientation, Sam. That's that way. That's that way. Q. Yep, that's good. Much better. Much better indeed. Yeah, that's good. I like it. I'll actually turn the head around on the handle. Check my orientation again. It's always fun and games playing around with this stuff. I don't know if I like that better or if that's worse. I actually think that's worse. Yeah, I think that's worse. Let me go with my original orientation. But that now fits the head, which is the most important thing. So now we can get on to planing. Yeah, pretty much, Rich. That's exactly, that's pretty much exactly what the faces are for. Because most of the time, if you're pattern welding up a billet, you're going to be welding the billet so that the lines of the Damascus are going to be running parallel to the, or exactly obtuse to the face, which means you're going to be forging on with the end grain of the Damascus, which is liable to make splits happen. Yeah, that's all right, Rich. Everyone starts somewhere, and anyone who judges someone for asking questions is an idiot. No offense, Ben, but I think that she could take you in a fight. Yeah, this is spotted gun. Well, that went that way, so this is probably going to go this way. Look at that. Guessed right first time. So good. Sorry, guys. Internet's going to keep cutting out, in and out. Who's waffling what? Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Bloody internet's gonna kill me. Right. Front and back. Perfect. Good. Nice. Love it. Whew, yeah, looks good. That feels nice. The grinder is going to do the majority of the work on that one, just rounding out those corners, making it a little bit more comfortable in the hand, but otherwise that is done. And that can sit with its head for a little while. Oh God, don't do that. Ugh. Right, which way is it going to go? This way? It's actually this way. Good. Yeah, Jared, I can make one if you like. It's not rocket. is wrong with the shoulder? I am all kinds of broken. For some reason. Go. Hey, Roy. How you doing, buddy? Will you all please not talk about guns in the chat? You're making me jealous. I haven't had the money to expand my firearms collection beyond my little 22. And besides, even if I wanted to, I couldn't get my favorite rifles of all time. Because they're all bloody semi-autos and they're illegal in Australia. Browning A-bolt. Yeah, liver guns are Aussie legal. I love me a Marlin 336. Got a buddy of mine who we go shooting together occasionally. He's got a Marlin 336 SS. .30-30. A lot of people crap on the 30-30, but I'm actually a big fan. Yeah, well, Randy, at least you can own a Barrett. I couldn't even if I wanted to. Even if I had the money. It's another hammer handled. And this one's going to Stefan. The one I just did before that is going to be up on my Etsy store. So if you're all interested in getting a hammer from me and supporting the channel in that way, and they won, yeah, arrowhead break, yeah. Yeah, I've shot one when I went to the SAS barracks at Swanbourne, but can't own them. can't own them. Night, Newt. See you, Randy. Thanks, Roy. That means a lot coming from you, mate. You make some pretty sweet ones yourself. My muscles dead. I still haven't forgotten about our little deal, Roy. I've been leaving it while you've been moving, so, and obviously now that I'm injured, it's been less possible for me to fulfill my part anyway. So, when I get better, that'll be something I'll be getting in touch about. Oh well, I'm kind of in the habit of overdoing myself, Roy. You should know that by now. And I don't see the problem there, Jared. Well, actually, I do. I know what your problem is. You don't have enough 22s. Actually, the only rifle I own at the moment is a 22. It's the only rifle in Australia that you can own two of. Only caliber, other than a 12 gauge or any kind of shotgun that you can legally own two of. Which I find bullshit, but you know, that's just me. You have to be able to prove. Yeah, absolutely, Roy. We've actually been talking about getting, starting to bring a couple of people back on that we've had on previously. I was actually going to reach out to you in the next week or two about that if you're up for it. Obviously, given that you've been moving and getting set up and stuff, We've wanted to give you as much time as possible to get settled. Hammer handle. All right. Yeah, so those are the hammer handles. These, as again, will always all be available on my, well, actually only this one. Only one of them will be available on my Etsy store. I did have 4. Hey, Rob. Spotify, Jared, Spotify. Well, that's good to hear, Rob. That was kind of the aim. Believe it or not, that was the abridged version. Spotify is an app that you can get on your phone. We're also on iTunes and a lot of other things. Podbean, we're on Podbean. It can cost monies. You can use Spotify free, but if you use Spotify free, you can't really select the order in which things play. If you pay $11.90 a month, then you can play as much as you like, ad-free, and in whatever order you want to. So, yeah, I saw that Roy also kind of touched on heat treating in his last video as well, which was cool. Mine was a little bit more in depth, but that's because it was specifically for that. Yeah. I actually have plans to make fair enough, Nibbler. Yeah, no, I actually have plans to do a series on heat treating, breaking down the individual fair enough, Jared. I really do appreciate it, buddy. Actually, your donation and all of the Patreon supporters this month saved my butt, because you might notice on the grinder wall we are significantly lacking in belts. The belts have completely disappeared with all the work that I've been doing grinding. So I made an order to Gamico Artisan Supplies, who is the sponsor of the Forgecast. And actually, if you're a listener of the Forgecast, very soon Gamico is going to be giving a discount code that you can use for the Forgecast. So listen out for that. But yeah, we've got a significant lack of belts here in the Samtown's Bladesmith workshop. So I've taken it upon myself to order a bunch more 50 grit belts, 12 of them. And some J-Flex belts to help with handles and stuff like that. So thank you very much to my beloved Patreons for making that possible. Without them, this shop would have shut down a long time ago. Honestly, the Patreon has saved my butt so many times in the past couple of months, and especially now with my injury, being that I am not able to make things as fast as I used to. So yeah, it's been one of those things that I've really appreciated. Hey, Aaron Furtick. Oh, welcome to the stream, mate. That's all good, Ed. It's a long one. I know it's a long one. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it as short as I could, but there's a lot of information there. The big thing is that I'm going to break it down into the various processes. So we're going to go through quenching, so we're going to go through normalization and hardening, and then we're going to go through tempering and fixing warps and stuff like that. Might be a separate video as well. So that's something that I'm looking forward to in the future because it's a subject that I'm very passionate about. So it's something that I want to cover. There are, as Kat just pointed out, there are actually apps and stuff like that that you can get to help you with heat treating. And I'm by no means the master of heat treating, but it is something I'm passionate about. It's something that I wish to share, so therefore I'm going to. Because apps are great, and, you know, like austenitizing stuff. Thanks, Roy. #1 fan. I really appreciate it, bud. The charts for heat treating and stuff like that are really useful if you understand what they do, and I'm going to actually go into explaining that in one of my future videos. Yeah, the heat treat app in Google is amazing. I use it all the time, so it's definitely something to keep an eye out on. But yeah, so I will be look forward to that in the next week. I think that's what I'm going to do for. You don't want to see what a super sticker did. Well, okay, well, I appreciate you using my stream to test that on. I may actually get my YouTube payout this month. That'd be nice. I may actually use this little knife here as part of my heat treating examination, this is the knife that I forged in my charcoal forging demo. Charcoal forging live stream the other day, or the other week. But yeah, so I'll probably grind this up and get it ready for heat treat, and then use this one, and probably another test piece that I have sitting in the workshop that I'm never going to finish. And try and make them warp or something like that. But yeah, it's something that I want to cover while I'm down from hammering. Hopefully I can get back to it soon. It's driving me mental, guys. But yeah, so it's been a good fun experience doing all this talking head stuff. Please do leave a comment, let me know what you think. Even if your comment is negative, I prefer to have the criticism. Yes, Jared, there is that Mocha Man. I will get around to it one day. I promise. But yeah, so yeah, I do appreciate any kind of negative or positive feedback on my, how I'm doing with my teaching. If I'm going a little too in depth, if I'm, taking a little bit too much time explaining something, let me know. I'm more than happy to change my approach. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some deep dives into heat treating and stuff like that very soon. Along with anything else, if you have suggestions for my next topic, please feel free to leave them. Rich Miller and Jared have actually given me a lot of potential ideas for future videos in my Patreon feed. And if you're a Patreon, well, Ben, someone's got to keep you in line. Hey, Aaron Dennis, how you going? It's two Aarons. But yeah, so I really do appreciate all the support, guys. It's been a rough month, as you guys probably, yes, Shadow, as you guys can probably guess. So yeah, it's meant a lot that you guys have been reaching out and letting me know that you care. It's awesome, getting all sappy and stuff. But with that being said, there is a straight peen on my Etsy store at the moment. If you want to buy a ham from me, there will be a cross peen on the Etsy store very, very soon. It will be this one. It's not fitted or properly shaped or anything like that, so it won't look like this when it's done, but this will be on the Etsy store in the next couple of days, along with this little forge welded sacks that I forged out in a live stream a while back. This has been ground to 400 grit, ready for hand sanding and putting a handle on. I'm going to be putting a traditional sacks handle on this. This will be available on my Etsy store as well. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, as well as this little Luku forge welded billet. It doesn't look like it's got layers, but it does. It's actually this is the San Mai that this is the San Mai version that I forged out a while back on a live stream. So this one will also be on my Etsy store. Keep an eye out for that. I've hand sanded those daggers, Jared, ready for etching. So they're out of 400 grit. I'm going to take them up to a 1200 before I etch them. So these will be properly finished out. Why does this stuff rust so fast? You must have some sulfur in your you must have some sulfur in your forge there, man, like your coal. Because this steel rusts so goddamn fast. Apologies for the blasphemy, but yeah. It really rusts. It's San Mai, yes, that's it, San Mai. Yeah, well, they, San Mai in America is actually patented. You can't use the term San Mai to sell blades because Cold Steel patented it. So the straight peen hammer is always on, is already on the Etsy page. The cross peen will probably be up in the next 2 days. The two knives will probably be up there, I don't know, in a week or two. Keep an eye on my Instagram and Facebook feeds. That's where I'll post up stuff about that, so I didn't. So yeah, I will post up when they're available on my Etsy store. You can also favorite my Etsy store and follow my Etsy store on Etsy, and that'll give you, I think they give you an update if I upload any new items, so keep an eye out for that. And Jared, in all seriousness, if you want some wrought iron, man, we can work out me shipping you some. Might just get you to cover the cost of shipping and I'll ship you whatever you want. So yeah, I have some quite large pieces lying around somewhere. Of course, they've been put in the place where they're supposed to be, which means they're not where I usually put them. I love Andy, but some days, nah. Oh, and I'll give you guys a sneak peek of something that's coming up on the channel. This. That's all you get. I'm not telling you what it is. Where is that wrought iron? Must be sitting in there somewhere. I got a couple of pounds of it. And I have access to more. And Joey Vandersteeg, yes. No, Joey is a great smith, so. Yeah, Jared, I know you know what it is. No spoilers. Okay, so with that being said, I think we're going to move on to the end of the stream. I'm gonna go and rest my back again because, you know, that's what us old farts do. And I shall see you in the next video, which should be coming out on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll have 2 videos this week again, so Wednesday and Friday. So what we'll do is, yeah, it'll be probably more heat treating videos or something else depending on what I feel up to at the time. Thank you very much for coming along and hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me slave away over these hammer handles. Fart it up, shit. Gonna get yourself muted, Ben. Thank you very much, guys, and please stay safe. Have a fantastic week. I will see you on Wednesday.